Everyone loses their way sometimes, but Edmund Kean didn't feel lost. He felt exiled. By 1820, London's most passionate actor had conquered New York City, only to be pushed onto the rural American circuit, accompanied by Phineas Galt, a writer assigned to salvage Kean's reputation by refashioning his private agony into elite sorrow for the masses. Arriving in central New York, worn out and contemptuous, Kean was entirely blind to the people he was meant to reach. This is the story of how an ambitious promoter, a pragmatic veteran, and a calculating writer forced Kean to shed his arrogance, revealing that true art isn't just delivered from a pedestal. It's the connection forged in the mud and the mind. That connection happened in November 1820 in a frontier town called Auburn, New York, a place most people were passing through on their way somewhere else. Auburn sat on the Seneca Turnpike, the crucial road connecting Albany to Buffalo. 12 stagecoaches arrived daily, carrying merchants, emigrants and travellers heading west. Auburn was young, ambitious, and determined to prove itself something more than a collection of wooden buildings in the mud. At the centre of that ambition stood John Bacon. The owner of Auburn's Bank Coffee House had accomplished something that by any measure should have been impossible. He had secured a performance by Edmund Kean, the most celebrated actor of his generation, in a frontier town of 2,000 people. Bacon had transformed his ground floor dining room into a theatre and staked everything on a simple but audacious belief that his town deserved something extraordinary. Without John Bacon's vision, there is no story. Without his belief, nothing that follows happens at all. Edmund Kean was the most celebrated performer of his generation. Those who saw him described the experience as witnessing lightning. He had conquered London, he had conquered New York, he had performed for thousands at Drury Lane. And now, through one man's remarkable ambition, he was coming to Auburn. Phineas Galt accompanied him, a budding author engaged by Kean's representatives to produce crafted behind-the-scenes vignettes during the American circuit. By documenting Kean's intimate reflections and admissions, the goal was to humanise the legendary performer for a broader audience, as his reputation required mending. Galt specialised in exploiting the public's insecurities, persuading theatre-goers that their personal hardships found a parallel in the spirit of a master artist. Galt had pioneered the refashioning of a celebrity's private pain into a narrative for public consumption. But Kean was not the man he had once been. Exhausted, bitter, and contemptuous of everything that wasn't Drury Lane, he was in the process of losing something far more valuable than his reputation. His connection to why he had become an actor in the first place. John Bacon didn't know that. Phineas Galt did, and he was writing it all down. On the hill above Genesee Street, 14-year-old twins Deborah and Jane Dill were watching the turnpike for any sign of Kean's stagecoach. Orphaned by the epidemic of 1813, raised by their uncle Samuel, a militia commander who had little patience for theatre or sentiment, they had never seen a professional performance in their lives. Tonight was supposed to change that. Over the next 24 hours, Bacon faced several challenges: a collapsing stage, an actress with a fever, and a stranded stagecoach. Despite these problems, he was convinced that his production outweighed the dangers. What he didn't realise until he reached Auburn was that this legend was lost and out of touch with his audience, and that he would need someone equally decisive to help him re-establish the connection. On that crisp November morning, twins Deborah and Jane Dill wake early, eager for Kean's stagecoach to arrive. They are Auburn's biggest fans and can't wait to see him perform. They know Othello inside and out, and love acting out scenes with their dolls.
Jane! There's the coach! It's stopping at Bostwick's! Can you see our little tragedian from here? I think so. Hopefully it won't get canceled. Why would it? Mr. Bacon has prepared for weeks.
What are you looking at, girls?
Uncle Samuel! Is Kane here?
Yes, I think that's his coach. But I don't understand all the fuss over this little British actor.
He's such a great actor, Uncle. He performed in New York and at Drury Lane in London.
I've commanded soldiers, and they impress me more than men in costumes.
So we are still going?
Absolutely. I said we would go. We're not missing it. Besides, I've never seen Shakespeare performed, and I would like to see the Napoleon of the stage.
Waiting outside Bostwick Tavern, John Bacon hurries to greet the famous actor. The muddy stagecoach suggests the Manhattan entourage might be tired and hungry.
We're almost there. Is he ready?
Bacon feels a mix of excitement and nervousness, hoping they will find his production arrangements complete and acceptable.
This is Auburn. This collection of wooden shacks.
Edmund, please, give this a chance.
A chance? I see no theater here. You know I require a stage, orchestra pit, and a dressing room.
Mr. Kean, welcome to Auburn. I'm John Bacon, proprietor of the Bank Coffee House. We're honored, truly honored.
The Bank Coffee House. How quaint. Tell me, Mr. Bacon, how many of your frontier yokels will be gawking at me this evening? 50? 100?
Nearly 200, sir. We've sold out.
200! I performed for 3,000 at Drury Lane. 3,000! Mr. Kean, you're tired from the journey. A rest, some refreshment.
Taking a rest is a great idea. But that's all we'll do here. Cancel the performance tomorrow. We continue down that muddy hell of a turnpike and perform in a civilized town. Cancel! But Mr. Kean, we're sold out. Some are coming from Syracuse. I've transformed my coffee house. I don't care. I am Edmund Kean and will not perform in dining room for frontier folks. Keep the advance payment. Good day, Bacon.
Mr. Kean, please, just look at our production. Give us a chance.
No thanks, Bacon. I've seen quite enough. Tomorrow we'll head to Buffalo before dawn. Wake me for breakfast. I'm having a nightcap.
Enter.
Edmund, when you look out from a stage, what do you think the audience is looking for?
A connection to either me or my character. They also come for pure sensation. Lightning, as they call it. But lightning doesn't actually think or suffer. I do. They just want the illusion of suffering. And do you think ordinary people, people without your gifts, suffer the same as you? More, perhaps. They suffer without an audience. When I am hurting, a full house sees it.
Edmund Kean's abrupt cancellation spreads through the town like a cold wind off a Wasco lake. Within hours, the news reaches every tavern and merchant shop that sells tickets, disappointing an audience of 200, embarrassing John Bacon, and tarnishing Auburn's theatrical aspirations. As Kean drinks in his room, Auburn's leading citizens gather to propose a solution. Auburn's beloved physician, Dr. Burt, and William Bostwick met with Judge Miller at his South Street home.
Gentlemen, this is more than one performance. John Bacon has worked hard to show Auburn is more than a rest stop along the turnpike. We have culture and sophistication.
Culture Kean obviously won't see. Someone must talk with him. Appeal to his professionalism.
I've dealt with difficult people. Shall I try?
No. He'll dismiss you as just another provincial lawyer. He needs someone who won't flatter or plead.
Dr. Burt is dumbfounded, but not surprised by Kean's behavior.
Auburn's first theatrical play, and he cancels. Who does that at the last minute?
You should examine him.
The only illness he suffers is in his head. I've heard Kean is talented and pretentious, but that doesn't excuse being rude.
Cancelled. But he promised. The tickets are sold. Maybe Uncle Samuel can talk to him.
Talk to a drunken stage player? What would I say?
Tell him we've never seen Shakespeare.
Tell him a 14-year-old girl will cry if he doesn't perform. That won't move a man like Kean, child.
Hoping Kean might reconsider, Bacon spent the next morning making final preparations.
Oh no, the stage can't handle the weight.
What do you mean?
These support beams are far too weak to hold the weight of the scenery.
I'll get blacksmith Abel Terry to make us some support brackets.
Even if we fix it, just look at this production. They must think we're complete amateurs. All the chairs are different. The smoke from all these tallow candles will obscure half the stage. All the dressing room upstairs is too small.
We have a long night ahead.
By mid-morning, as blacksmith Terry forges metal brackets for Bacon's stage, a second crisis unfolds at Dr. Burt's office on North Street. The Manhattan actress playing Desdemona lies feverish in bed, her temperature too high to perform. Finding a replacement seems impossible here and now, let alone one acceptable to Kean.
Your fever is too high and you need to rest. You should not perform.
But I must. Mr. Kean is expecting me.
Mr. Kean will have to manage without you. You could collapse on stage. She is crucial to the play. There is no performance without her. Then find another actor. Where? The nearest Shakespearean actors are days away in Manhattan.
The solution came from an unexpected source. David Horner, known throughout Auburn as King David, leader of the Masonic Lodge, had a daughter who had performed in amateur theatricals.
Professional theatre, Mary Ann. This is not the same as our little amateur performances.
I know, Father, but if the performance is to happen at all...
Happens. And if he does perform, he'll be performing with a local amateur. His contempt will...
I'm not afraid of Mr. Kean's contempt.
Very well, I'll inform Mr. Bacon you're willing. But Mary Ann, if Kean treats you poorly, if he's unkind or dismissive, you need not tolerate. You're doing him a favour, not the reverse.
I understand, Father. When shall I begin rehearsing?
5 miles outside Auburn, the third crisis involved a telegraph line stagecoach stuck in the mud on the turnpike. The coach carried theatre-goers from Syracuse and an Albany theatre critic. Without their attendance, Auburn risked losing some of its paying audience, a writer to report on the town's cultural events, and confidence in its stagecoaches.
We cannot be late for the performance. The mud is terrible. We might miss the entire first act. How much longer must we wait here?
We're stuck and need help from Sherwood back at the office. This is intolerable. I have a performance to attend. Do you know who I am? I write for the Albany Register.
The play starts at 8 o'clock, and it's already past noon. We'll need to get moving soon.
We saved for 3 months. Traveled all the way from Syracuse. I hope we don't miss it.
We'll try. But the coach needs rails to lever it free, fresh horses, and a few strong men. It's too far to walk, but I need to get word back to Sherwood for help. Oh, maybe this gentleman can help.
Word reached Auburn by mid-afternoon. Milton Sherwood's telegraph stage line faced a logistics nightmare that threatened the entire evening.
The Syracuse coach is stranded in the mud on the turnpike. It has merchants, families who've traveled specifically for Kean.
What do you need?
I need men, horses, rails to free the coach, and backup transportation.
How many men?
8 at least. You fellas come with me. We'll take rails from the nearest fence and ready 6 fresh horses. Bring the backup coach around. Thanks, Colonel Dill. Save your thanks. We have 3 hours before the performance.
What followed was a display of frontier ingenuity and cooperative effort that Auburn had perfected over years of stage operations.
1, 2, Drake! Aang! 1, 2, Drake!
Good Lord. They actually know what they're doing.
These frontier people, they're not what I expected.
We're free! Thank you, gentlemen!
Transfer passengers to the backup coach. Fresh horses. You'll still make Auburn by 7 if you move smartly.
While Auburn mobilises, Kean remains in his room at Bostwick's tavern. His tour manager tries again to reason with him.
Edmund, please. Bacon's production will work. Production! That I will not perform in such conditions. You've performed in worse productions. That is the past. I am a successful actor. I will not disgrace myself by being the evening's entertainment in a rest stop along that hellacious turnpike. Tonight is sold out with some coming from as far as Syracuse. They're all unsophisticated farmers, which redundant. They'll watch my Olia the way they are transfixed by wax figures. I deserve better. Do you deserve better? What? Edmund, you arrive drunk, insult the team, then cancel on a whim, and you treat producers and audiences with contempt. Pretty soon no one will want to work with you, including me. Get out. Edmund, be reasonable. Out!
You said something last night that I've been thinking about. You said ordinary people suffer without an audience. Do you think that's why they come to relate to your pain and feel less alone in theirs?
I think some people are frightened by their internal struggle and suffer shame because of it. Then they see me or thou, someone destroyed by jealousy, and think, so it is not just me, even great characters suffer.
And does it please you that they connect with your pain?
Yes, but the performance can completely exhaust me, and then they want it again at the next performance.
These brackets will support Bacon's stage. Tell him they'll be ready within the hour.
Bacon's dressing room needs curtains if Marianne Horner is to have any privacy.
Do you think Kean will perform, Mrs. Hardenberg? Bacon says he is refusing.
I hope so. Famous actors can be volatile and sometimes need a reminder to consider others. Who would dare talk to him? We'll see.
They hold. Mr. Terry's dastardly-looking brackets really work.
Bacon, where do you want the musicians?
Bishop Brown, you're all here. I thought you might...
Abandon you? Never. Your production is commendable, and we would be honored to be part of it. There is no reason for Kean not to be satisfied here.
Remarkable. I am surprised we got here in time.
Welcome to Auburn, sir. We take our stage operations seriously.
I can see that. Is the performance on time?
That depends on Mr. Kean.
It's almost 7. If he's going to perform, he must be getting into costume by now.
Ladies, please go and prepare to attend the play.
Does that mean?
It means we're going to the Bank Coffee House at 8 o'clock. Whether there's a performance or not remains to be seen.
But Uncle Samuel, what if Mr. Kean refuses?
Then he refuses. But I'd like a word with him first. Now please prepare.
Despite the approaching curtain time, Edmund Kean remained in his hotel room, firmly rejecting Bacon's production. Dill, resolving to have a frank, man-to-man discussion with the actor, arrived at Kean's room unannounced.
Go away. I'm not performing. Mr. Kean, my name is Samuel Dill. I don't care who you are. Get out. I'm told you're refusing to perform tonight. Your powers of observation are remarkable. Yes, I'm refusing. Now leave. I'm a simple man, Mr. Kean. Fought in 81-2, commanded militia. I don't know theater or Shakespeare. But I know an honest man honors debts to those who've invested in him. Invested? They bought tickets to see amusements. You are mistaken. Auburn banded together for this event. John Bacon went into debt to renovate his coffee house. Abel Terry, the blacksmith, strengthened the stage. Mrs. Hardenberg, the wife of Auburn's founder, sewed the curtains. My 14-year-old nieces, devoted Shakespeare lovers, are ecstatic. They regularly recite his passages and know your talent breathes life into his exquisite words. This is their first play. You know nothing about me. Your dedication to your craft is undeniable, and your strength in persevering through a difficult and often fickle livelihood is remarkable. These qualities are the admirable foundations of your talent. You possess the gift to bring Shakespeare's play to life. Mr. Kean, I appeal to your sense of honor to uphold your commitment to the play and to those, especially John Bacon, who understand the magic that theater can bring to an audience. You are Edmund Kean. But what does that mean now? A great actor? Or just another drunk who disappointed those who supported him? Beacon. We're here. Where do you want us? Brown, you came. We would miss it, John. This is Auburn. We band together. Now where's our sheet music?
Oh, these men, these men. Dost thou in conscience think, tell me, Amelia, that there be women do abuse their husbands in such gross kind?
Slower, you're rushing. Desdemona is gentle and soft-spoken. Let the words breathe.
Dost thou in conscience think...
Much better. You'll do fine.
And if Kean is rude, remember you're doing this for us, not for him.
Edmund, you are performing.
Yes, I've reconsidered. Please check my costume.
What changed?
Frankly, that Dill fellow reminded me of my job, to bring Shakespeare to life wherever I perform, even on this muddy turnpike.
Excellent. I need to remember that.
Burnt cork. Barbarians. Amateurs hide their faces in salt. I need Bacon's dining room to see the agony in my eyes.
Assuming they can see anything through the fog of his cheap tallow candles. And what kind of production has Bacon surrounded me with tonight? A stage that sags and a company of local blacksmiths playing Venetian senators. Drury Lane to Auburn. God help me! But they paid for theater, so I shall give them a god. Assuming I don't dismiss Desdemona's replacement first.
Edmund, before you go on, that man Dill, what did he say to you that your manager did not?
He didn't plead or flatter me. He simply reminded me who I was no longer being. I wonder if everyone has such a person, or only the lucky ones.
Nearly 200 people began arriving at 7:30, bundled against the cold November air. Downstairs, Bacon's production was ready. Brown's musicians were tuning their instruments. Upstairs in a makeshift dressing room, Kean was completing his transformation from a lost actor into the Moor of Venice.
Oh, Mrs. Hardenberg's curtains really are beautiful.
All the while, Mary Ann Horner braced herself for the humiliation she feared was coming, with her father looking on.
It's really happening!
We're really going to see Edmund.
Mind your manners and later we'll go for gingerbread.
Well, we made it in plenty of time for dinner at Bostwick's. Auburn has potential after all.
Yes, it does. I'll be back someday.
By 8 o'clock, nearly 200 people crowd into Bacon's dining room. Standing room only, every chair taken, the air thick with anticipation.
Bacon, fine job. Is Kean ready?
Thank you for coming, Dr. Burt. He's in costume.
Upstairs in a cramped room converted into a dressing space, Edmund Kean completed his transformation.
So, Miss Horner, you'll be playing Desdemona?
Yes, Mr. Kean.
Have you ever performed professionally?
No. But I know the lines. And I'll do my best.
That's all any of us can do, isn't it? Forget who I am and where we are performing. Once we step on that stage, you are Desdemona and I am Othello. Believe it and they will too. Can you remember that?
Yes, Mr. Kean, I can.
Good, then let's break a leg.
If you'll excuse me, I need to go and introduce Kean. Enjoy the performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Auburn is honored to present Edmund Kean in Shakespeare's Othello.
And then he appeared, small in stature but commanding in presence. The flickering candlelight caught his face, those famous expressive eyes now blazing with intensity.
Most potent, grave, and reverend Cineas, my very noble
For Deborah and
and
Jane Dill,
approved good
it was their
masters.
first encounter with professional theatre. Every word, every gesture was a revelation. Uncle Samuel, the sceptical war veteran, found himself moved by Othello's tragedy of honour and jealousy, themes he understood all too well. John Bacon wept openly, not just from the beauty of the performance, but from relief that his gamble had paid off. The Albany critic, who had come prepared to write a dismissive review of provincial theatre, found his notebook forgotten. This was Shakespeare, as he'd never experienced it. And Mary Ann Horner, the amateur pressed into service, rose to the challenge. Kean's professionalism drew out her best, and Auburn watched one of their own shine. Then came the moment, Othello's final speech. Kean's voice dropped to barely a whisper, forcing the audience to lean in, to share his intimacy.
Speak of me as I am, nothing extenuate, nor set it down aught in malice.
I kissed thee ere I killed thee, no way but this, killing myself to die upon a kiss.
The applause came like thunder, spontaneous, overwhelming, genuine. 200 people on their feet for a man who had arrived that morning, convinced they weren't worth his time. Moved by the deep emotion reflected in the audience's faces, Edmund Kean bowed graciously, humbled by the heartfelt applause.
Thank you for
Still
coming
glowing
to
from the
Bank
performance,
Coffee House,
John
and hope
Bacon
you
stood in the
enjoyed this
entrance,
tonight, sir.
thanking the
Truly
departing
a
audience.
triumph.
His vision had been realised, and the audience's delight was contagious.
Well, girls, was he worth all the fuss?
Uncle Samuel, it was magical.
Yes, it was. Let's go to Glover's Tavern for gingerbread and cider.
Mr. Kean, thank you for a wonderful performance, and you truly put Auburn on the map.
The thanks should be mine, Mr. Bacon, truly. Your dedication reminded me what our work means to us and the audience.
That night, the Albany critic wrote, "In a frontier dining room, I witnessed what sophistication often obscures. The raw power of Shakespeare's words, meeting genuinely hungry souls. Edmund Kean gave Auburn his best, and Auburn gave him something perhaps more valuable, authentic appreciation." Dawn. Kean's coach was prepared for departure to the next town.
Edmund, that was a fine performance, despite all the local difficulties.
Perhaps the challenges explain it. Frankly, I was surprised not only by their dedication in this muddy farm town, but also that so many people would actually pay to see us rather than a circus act.
Please try to remember how you are seen by others.
I appreciate your help, you and that Dill fellow, in reminding me how I need to live up to my image. I need to remember that. Now let's get out of here. I am so tired of this annoying mud. Just look at my clothes.
Deborah Dill watched Kean's stagecoach roll out of Auburn. She was still glowing from the performance, but would never see him again. But she remembered. 60 years later, she presented before the Cayuga County Historical Society and read her recollections of early Auburn, this night among them. She remembered it not simply because of Edmund Kean or the performance, but because she recognised even at 14 as rare and special. Auburn's stagecoach age would not last much longer. The Erie Canal redirected traffic, and railroads replaced the stagecoaches. We all stray from our path, from success, exhaustion, or cynicism. In those times, a chance encounter can be life-changing. Often a stranger with no personal stake says exactly what we need to hear, then leaves, unaware of their deep impact. Luckily, Edmund Kean connected with that person. The article Phineas Gault later published was titled Elite Sorrow. It drew on Kean's confessions, his exhaustion, his fear of insignificance, his craving for understanding, and shaped them into a mirror that readers across the country compared to their own lives. Here, Gault wrote, was a great man undone by the same anxieties that torment the ordinary soul. He suffered like you. His redemption is available to you. The piece was widely read. In parlours and taverns, from Albany to Philadelphia, people recognised themselves in Kean's anguish. Not because they were like him, but because Gault had written them into the story. They searched their normal feelings for signs of the same disorder. They claimed his recovery as a template for their own. Elite sorrow had become common property.
In the makeshift theater of the Bank Coffee House, by the flickering glare of tallow candles, I beheld Mr. Edmund Kean, embodying the very exhaustion of mortal men. We suppose his towering genius shields him from our vulgar despairs. Yet pursuing him unto this muddy Auburn turnpike, I discovered his noble sorrow. He confessed that while audiences crave the lightning of his performance, lightning itself knows no suffering. To witness his moor in that provincial dining room was a veritable physic for the soul. As the good citizens of Auburn watched his terrible collapse, they searched their own breasts for the same secret tumult. By laying bare his private agonies, he hath shown us that to be bruised by the world is no base weakness, but the exquisite vulnerability of true genius.